Hi everyone, my name is Maggie. This is my first video ever, but I am making it because I'm going through a very difficult time and I have come upon some information and heard from other people their experience during their progressed moon in Scorpio. And I just thought I would share a little bit of my experience as I'm just learning about progressions and specifically the progressed moon, and just studying it, looking back on my life and seeing like, whoa, it's had a huge impact that's pretty detectable. So I'm Sun in Pisces. My natal moon is in Libra, and my ascendant is in Virgo. And right now my progressed moon is at 12 degrees Scorpio. So that means that it went into Scorpio last March. I guess I'll just start off by saying that early last year I left a very toxic relationship with my 1-year-old son at the time, and I guess you guys know, hopefully, if you know a little bit about progressed moons, that before Scorpio your progressed moon is in Libra, so it's a huge shift, Libra to Scorpio. And so last March I got a DWI, and I was drinking a lot and I was on a lot of medication for depression and anxiety. My DWI was not for alcohol, it was for my own medication, but I was going through like a very difficult breakup and the start of a custody battle. I also had just taken out some criminal charges against the father of my son. So it was like a very difficult time for me already before my moon even went into Scorpio. And then when it went into Scorpio, I guess things started to get a little bit, I started to get maybe a little sloppy, I don't know. It's an introverted sign for the progressed moon to be in, so it goes from like extroverted, like talkative sign, communication, to an introverted, very emotional, darker side of things in Scorpio. And anyways, I got the DWI and then I failed to comply with the pre-trials, which landed me in jail for 47 days. And I've never been to jail before, and I hadn't even been in trouble with the law since my progressed moon was in Cancer, the previous water sign. That was about 2009, 2010. So yeah, I had some issues with the law and drug addiction during that time too. Not very coincidental, now I'm realizing. Anyways, I spent 47 days in jail. Jail is definitely not the place to be, especially if you're an empath. It's the only best way I can describe it is that it just kills your soul. So, but the worst thing that happened, because I was in jail, my son's father was able to get custody of my son. And so I definitely have not been dealing well with that. My son's father refuses to let me or my family see my son. I'm fighting for my son very hard in custody court, and it's probably the most important and most difficult thing that I could have ever imagined that I would have to go through. On top of, struggling with addiction issues and depression and whatnot. So basically, when I got out of jail after 47 days, I didn't have custody of my son. My parents were a wreck. They were broken too by this whole situation. But basically, I just kind of started using a lot of medication and alcohol, and eventually, again, with drugs, and things were very up and down, very bad. And I got another I got in trouble with the law again in September, and I'm still dealing with the consequences for that. I'm now doing counseling and therapy 4 times a week, living in sober living environment, and working towards getting my son back. But definitely fighting the depression very hard. I have just recently, I would say in the last month or so, been trying very hard to gain more knowledge and meditate more and tap into my higher self, my subconscious, and connect with the beings that can assist me getting through this phase. So now that I understand this whole progressed moon thing, I'm really looking forward to my moon going into Sagittarius, my progressed moon going into Sagittarius. Even though I don't really relate very well to any fire sign, I have 0 of my major planets in a fire sign, but I feel like anything will be better than this sign. So that's my first video. Hopefully, if you're going through this time, your progressed moon in Scorpio, and I say that because I've read a lot of stuff that basically just gives it a bad rap, and I guess in my experience it's justifiable. But in case you're going through your progressed moon in Scorpio, or you're going to go through it soon, or you know somebody going through it, maybe my video will bring you a little bit of insight. So good luck, and if you do watch this video and want to post your experience below, I would appreciate it. And maybe there will be more videos to come.